formally, and I would like to request Professor Rajesh Kumar Thagurati, Dean of Faculty of Science and Technology, to take seat as a chairperson for the opening ceremony of International Conference. Similarly, I would like to request Dr. Sadhuk Rohit and the speaker of this program. Moreover, I would like to request Professor Dr. Prem Narayan Aral, Vice Chancellor of Pokhara University, at the stage. Again, I would like to request Professor Dr. Deepak Bahadur Bhandari, Registrar of Pokhara University. I would like to request Registrar of Gandaki University, Dr. Kailash Tibin Sinha. Kailash sir may have arrived. And again, I would like Faculty of Humanities and Social Science, Pokhara University. Again, I would like to request Associate Professor Dr. Jairaj Dhakal sir, Dean of Faculty of Management, Pokhara University. I would like to request Dr. Om Prakash Giri, Director of School of Engineering, Pokhara University. To request Chairman of Open by representing all affiliated colleges of Pokhara University, could you please come at the stage? Again, I would like to request Professor Dr. Binay Kumar Mishra. I would like to request Dr. Amod Mani Dixit, Distinguished Scholar and the keynote speaker at the stage. South Korea, and I would like to request him to the stage. I would like to request Dr. Yoshimitsu Nakajima, Distinguished Scientist Professional and keynote speaker at the stage. I would like to request Distinguished Professor and the keynote speaker at the stage. Similarly, I would like to request Conference Organizing Committee members, Scientific Committee members, invited distinguished guests from the different organizations, colleges, participants, session chairs, teaching, non-teaching staff, volunteers, journalists to take in their respective position. Thank you very much for being here and accepting our invitation. In further, I would like to request Professor Rajesh Kumar Thagurati, Dean of Faculty of Science and Technology, to honor our respected guest with the khata. Volunteers. Now we are moving to the inauguration ceremony. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to inaugurate ICSE CW24 conference here. I would like to humbly request and center of attraction of this conference jointly inaugurate this ICSE CW24 conference by lighting the candle. दीप प्रज्वलन गरेर यसका कन्फरेन्सलाई सदुद्घाटन गरिदिनु न हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु। Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. To sing our national anthem by standing up again, and I would like to request our volunteers, especially Udayji, to play our national anthem. Thank you very much. And I would like to request Professor Dr. Binay Kumar Mishra sir to deliver a welcome speech and overview of this program on behalf of the organizing committee.
Welcome to all of you in this. Welcome to all of you in this international conference on applied science and engineering in a changing world, which is being held at beautiful Lake City, Pokhara, and also we can observe several Himalayas from this beautiful city. My name is Vinay Kumar Mishra. I am a professor at the School of Engineering and also coordinator for this international conference. So I am going to provide you a very brief overview on the next 2 days agenda. So basically we have an exciting agenda which is filled with insightful presentations, engaging discussions, and a greater opportunity for networking, which is very important for our faculty and students. So let me give very specifically. So in this morning with this opening ceremony, which is beginning at 9:30 to 11:30, we have remarks from distinguished personalities, followed by a talk from our guest of honor, who is very renowned eye specialist, Dr. Sanguk Rik. And following his keynote speeches, also we have the keynote speeches from internationally experienced experts. And after this opening ceremony, we have a small break for the photographs.
Faculty members, staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing would have made me feel more honored and privileged to enlighten us all in the area of applied science and engineering in the beautiful city of Pokhara. Looking at the vast and profound scope of the theme of the conference, I, as a professor of finance, feels too little to pronounce anything worth saying. So, in my part, my humbleness and sincerity would be that I would first of all like to thank and congratulate the Faculty of Science and Technology Dean and his team for organizing a conference on such a theme of immense importance. Then, I would like to extend a warm and cordial welcome to the learned pundits of these very important domains of human knowledge. We all know that the value and importance of applied science and engineering in our day-to-day lives is beyond words. In the way the applied science and engineering is transferring our world, we can say that it is this science and it is these domains of human knowledge that place us on the crest of civilizations. It is generally regarded that innovations may come from anyone, anywhere, at any time. However, I believe that only a collaborative effort in the regards will take us to a successful achievement. A deeper and insightful light will be set in the area by the highly learned scholars to us during this conference. At the end of the conference, I am confident that we all will be enlightened by the academic light of the scholarly papers presented by the scholars gathered here from far and wide. Among our many takeaways will be applied science and engineering is the most necessary basis for the solution of many of our social problems, and science and technology are the main keys to our longevity and our demands both. I wish a grand success with the lasting result of this conference. Thank you very much.
As Professor Dr. Deepak Wajir Bhandari sir for his short speech. And again, I would like to request Professor Dr. Namaraj Devkota, Vice Chancellor of Gandaki University, to deliver our congratulatory remarks.
Good morning, everybody. It's a very beautiful and pleasant environment of Pokhara, which is really a touristic hub. I'm seeing there are hundreds of delegation participants representing different countries. So, this is trying to share science, not to talk much about how it's been going on. Everybody knows that nowadays people are least interested to listen what people say, rather than we would like to jump onto the work. So my impression is that I hope this very historical gathering organized by Pokhara University, especially conference on this applied science and engineering by the respected dean and the faculties, whoever people are working, is really remarkable and contributing. You know, conferences and workshops are the venue to talk, to share, to make some kind of formal and informal relation among the scientist and scholar, so that we would be better synthesizing our work in the future for the best benefit of the humankind. In this line, I would like to appreciate and applaud the effort of Pokhara University. We are basically lucky in the sense that this province is enriched with the three distinguished universities. Pokhara University, very important role playing in the development of science and technology and culture and humanities management. And also lately started Open University Gandaki is following is a footpath, and Tribhuvan University is always there. So in that sense, this is a very good opportunity for all of us to work in line with the development of the science and technology. So without wasting much time, I like to congratulate to the organizers, and I would like to wish
deans of Pokhara University, distinguished keynote speakers on the dash, and distinguished personalities from different global countries in front of dash, and all participants. A very warm good morning and namaste to support our guests and participants with pleasant atmosphere. It is great pleasure and honor to address you at this prestigious international conference on applied science and engineering in a changing world. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome you. I extend my warmest greetings to all of you, whether you have traveled from near or far to join us in this celebration of knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. We gather here at a pivotal moment in history. Our world is undergoing rapid and profound transformations technologically, environmentally, and socially. These changes present both unprecedented challenges and remarkable opportunities. It is within this dynamic context that the themes of our conference take on critical importance. Applied science and engineering are at the forefront of addressing some of the most pressing issues of our times. Medical technologies, from creating resilient artificial intelligence, our fields are instrumental. Conference serves as a platform for thought leaders, academic discourse, creative problem solving, and the forthcoming of new collaborations. Our distinguished keynote speakers and panelists will provide us with valuable perspectives on the current state of applied sciences and engineering and the direction in which these fields are headed. The diverse area of presentation and workshops will showcase cutting-edge research and its real-world application in bringing this conference to this stage. Their dedication and hard work have made this event possible.
Africa and Asia using small incision cataract surgery. Rohit is the founder and the executive director of the Telangana Institute of Ophthalmology. He manufactures intraocular lenses for surgical implantation at a fraction of the previous manufacturing cost. Honored with number of prestigious awards. Ramon Magsays's Award for Peace and International Understanding, considered the Asian equivalence of the Nobel Prize. As well as he has also honored with the ISA Award, the highest civilian award in the Bahrain for developing highly affordable and sustainable ways to cure cataracts throughout the developing world, along with the cash prize of $1 million. Dr. Rohit founded Telangana Eye Center, now called the Telangana Institute of Ophthalmology in Kathmandu. In April 2021, Rohit launched the Tej Kholdi and the Rohit Foundation with the mission to screen 1 million people and cure for his awaiting speech.
Vice Chancellors of Pokhara University and Gandaki University, and the team of Pokhara University, international delegates, and my young friends sitting on the back. As a sundar Pokhara ko nagari bada, just like apparently sayad capital of tourism पनि भन्नुहुन्छ, सबैलाई मेरो अभिवादन. And I'll be taking you and describing you a little bit of what I've done in my life, and what I really want to share with our younger people on the back is I have done everything with lots of passion. It's very important that you do your things with your passion and love and engagement, and and integrity. These have really helped me in my life. And I'm going to take you through just a short course of what we have done in some parts. And if you look at blindness is not just blindness. Blindness really reduces the life expectancy of people, reduces the income of the person, and also the family, and thereby society. There's less opportunity of employment and authority in the family, especially in this part of the world where subsistence family is a rule, and thereby increasing the burden in the society. So, hope you know, blindness really has a big social undervalue. Cataract, by and large, is one of the most common cause of blindness in the world still. I want to take you, interestingly, I want to take you standing here today in the capital of Gandaki, roll you back 3 decades, more than 3 decades, when I was here taking a small medical team to the beautiful forbidden country, forbidden place of Mustan. And this was almost 3.5 decades ago. What it is now, but what used to be about 30 years ago. Get acclimatized, get sick, and go and find things with a lot of challenges. Now often medical equipments have to be transported on the back of the mules. And the condition of the patients were very poor. You know, 35 years ago, I did the camp, and it was a great experience for me in my life, and it becomes very important for me to present this to you here today. And some of the patients with very advanced cataracts, almost it was taken for granted that they're going to die with a cataract, die blind. So you can see we're teaching them how to wash face. It's important to wash the face before we do the surgery. Important in my life is this was one place that we did state-of-the-art modern intraocular lens cataract surgery in such a difficult place at such a time, early 90s. And this produced turbulence among our colleagues and many international people. We were written very badly in peer-reviewed journals, letters to editors. There were few people who supported us because we were doing state-of-the-art surgery in such a difficult place when this surgery was not even established in the centers of excellence. Of course, there were a lot of discussions after this, but it was in any medical intervention, any medical affordable, especially in this sustainable. The eye care in Nepal has shown that this is possible. One of the important things to be used for state-of-the-art cataract surgery was and it was monopolized by 2 or 3 companies. Using in our country was impossible under extreme obstacles. We brought the cost of the lenses down 100,000 a year. So we brought the cost down to less than $10. On the 3rd year, and this was a great public health bracket of eye care. So you had many things that we needed to focus on. One simple surgical technique. A lot of time was very, very expensive. So standard operating procedures about it. I call them my 5-star colleagues. One of my very good friends, Dr. David Chang, Dr. David Chang is known as the man for modern cataract surgery. Randomized clinical trial. And the clinical trial was done technically on the outcome, extremely comparable in the 2 techniques. But the cost of his technique was about 25 times higher than mine. So this went on, was published in the American Cataract Refractive Surgery, and then our surgery was slowly accepted around the world. The acceptance, cataract surgery, if you look at it now is fairly straightforward, very predictable. Talk about quality assurance, team mobilization, job description, innovation and procurement, partnership, public and private, and financial management. So there are a lot of things like your manager office that you need to do when you take it to community. And we, as a group, we set up and opened Tilganga Eye Center on the 7th of June in 1994. And we then moved forwards. And now, after 30 years, Tilganga has become a center of excellence globally and has achieved a status of center for WHO collaborating center, given only to 12 centers in the world. So we are among the 12 centers in the world to receive the WHO Center of Collaboration and operated on more than workers. And the intraocular lenses that I was talking to you about, we have distributed about little more than 6 million lenses all over the world. 6 million deserving, marginalized people could afford this now and have modern cataract surgery. And this training has then become very attractive. So many surgeons from around the world come and participate. We go to their country to reproduce the model. And early on, we went to Vietnam, and then to China, Bhutan, Thailand, Indonesia, Myanmar, India, Ethiopia, Ghana, Mexico. We're going to, just a team has come back from Cambodia, and we'll be going somewhere in the summer to Guatemala. So the need and the high quality. Now, ocular lens, we don't need to rely on other people, especially they don't have to rely on anything, and on corneal tissues. Yeah, reliant. No good people who have to go back from the hospital. 1,000 surgeries in the last 2 years to the most impoverished people all over Nepal, free of costs. And we want to continue this in 70,000 patients in the next 2 years and produce 1 million intraocular lenses every year.
His efforts helps for the eye cataract surgery, not only in Nepal, throughout the world, who cannot afford on it. Thank you very much once again. Here, I would like to request Professor Rajesh Kumar Thagurati, chairperson of this conference, to honor our guest of honor with a token of love. Dr. Rohit is very.
Thank you, VC Pokhara University. We are getting inspired. Let's stay in our profession. These are the two scripts I got into my heart. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. Chairperson, Vice Chancellors, Deans and Rectors, dear participants, my dear friends from India and also from other countries. Great opportunity to be speaking and sharing the platform with such eminent person like Dr. Sandhu Rohit, the international hero from one of the remotest region of the Himalayas. If you have been to Alangjugola where he was born, and I see the hardship, from there he grew up to this world stage. Absolutely amazing. But let me also share with you some of the reflections that I had in the last 3 decades of my work in the area of disaster risk reduction and resilience. I got some key messages. 3 decades. Consider that we had all sorts of hazard like faced the earthquake in Japan, and the Nepal vulnerability is something like that of Haiti, and we heard what happened in Haiti. Haiti is still suffering after decades from the earthquake that it had. So, what is going to be the fate of Nepal during the next earthquake? That was what we were thinking before the 2015 earthquake. And we have still our head way, very proud, and we did much better than what was expected, not only by us, but also by the world over. And what were the strategies that worked? I'm going to share, and what has changed after the Gorkha earthquake into the technical science or the physical science. And that requires adaptation of the globally known frontiers of science and technology to our situation, to our social milieu, to our local wisdom, and then create the innovation. And that's what perhaps I'll be trying to say. Resilience enhancement. Now the thinking is that it's not only the design of an earthquake resistant building. It is question of how to develop the resilience among the people using the modern science and in blending that with the locally available wisdom. And there are new other concepts like the hazard doesn't come alone. It's a question of we have to tackle the multi-hazard concept and multi-hazard risk. So it requires a transdisciplinary approaches. We have to go beyond your silos. Although Dr. Ruiz said that let us stay in our profession, but then we have to collaborate with others, with those who are in other professions. But then only when then we can understand the entire phenomena of the nature. But what we see, and then somebody is pulling your leg, and climate change is doing that, and we know not only against earthquake, but also against major hazards stronger. But then the problem is that new buildings can be, it's easy to make them stronger, but then the existing buildings, difficult. Because most of them, more than 90% of them are constructed not by engineers, supervised not by engineers, but by local masons. How to deal with that? It was a fix, but then we did that. And the third great achievement is done in the area of building code implementation, non-engineered building again, and then implementing in several of the municipalities, including the rural municipalities. These 3 projects, the school program, the municipal earthquake risk management program, and the preparedness program, help us understand many of the clues of how we can do better in terms of managing all natural hazards in this country. Because if you tackle one, then you are able to tackle others also. So these aspects we did that, and then you don't have to return back. Trainings after training. Training of masons, that has become a world-known phenomena that you need to train the masons. In 2015 earthquake, after a few months or after a few, perhaps after the first or second year, all the international community, donors, they were talking about making, mason training and influencing the new construction with the masons that are trained. So, there are many numbers, very inspiring numbers, and that's what we have. Local NGOs, but led by the government. The right side is on the buildings itself, the standing physical buildings. You see that on the left of the graph, the red graphs, the red columns, they dominate, while in 2018 you can see that all the buildings, almost all the buildings, the building permit issued by the municipalities, about 50 municipalities, they all were built to ensure that there is not going to be any death due to any magnitude earthquake in this country. No death, some damage, even during the largest. It was devastating earthquake, but we held our head high and tackled this. We didn't become Haiti, much feared this thing. So my institution alone did more than 50,000 houses reconstruction, more than almost 10,000 mason training. Only my institution, forget about the entire led by the government, all the efforts led by the government, and you see that it was almost successfully done within 6 years of time, the reconstruction. Again, a world record, 6 years of reconstruction. And this required a lot of building capacities. We do have wonderful masons. They have trained in Iran, they have trained in Afghanistan, they have trained in India after the Bhuj earthquake. We were asked to come there, share our little knowledge, and that become very, very much visible to the actors there. In Pakistan, we worked for 3 years at the invitation of the Pakistan government and helped the central government. They call it ERA, the Reconstruction Authority, in reconstruction. So, from Indonesia to Thailand to...
He's very kind professor also. He has supervised our colleague, Professor Dr. Suresh Baral. Please clap him and welcome him here. However, he has already published number of patents as well as renowned publications all over. We can find his publications. I just want to summarize some here. Kyung-Chun Kim is a distinguished professor of mechanical engineering at Busan National University, South Korea. Professor Kim received his MS and PhD degree at KAIST, Korea. It is one of the renowned institutions. Since 1983, he has been a faculty member in Busan National University, Korea. He has served as visiting professor at Ottawa University in Canada for 1989 to 1990, University of Illinois, USA for 1996 to 1997, University of Tokyo, Japan for 2009 to 2010. He is currently serving as an editor-in-chief for Journal of Visualization, and he has been an editor in many journals as well.
I remember more than 12 years ago when I first heard about the poker. At that time, the Dean of College of Engineering, he visited Pokhara University and made the MOU. Okay, then he turned and approached Kim. We have a good collaboration with the Pokhara University. Can you get the PhD student from Pokhara? Then I heard that Pokhara, the name is very beautiful. I just hear, then I never forgot about that. Pokhara is beautiful name and Pokhara is beautiful place. Okay, so I'm so happy to hear the nearest from heaven. Okay, and the people are very happy and very nice. Okay, let me introduce where I came from. I came from South Korea. You know, there are many, some of you are already know that. So the South Korea established in 1948 after World War II. And now, oops, okay, so that's our national flag, right? We should use our brain and to do something. City, but beautiful, seaside, many mountains, and quite short time to change our energy system. Okay, so almost all of my devotion is to find non-carbon fuel, and the non-carbon fuel using big ship engine and aircraft engine and so on and so on. So now I'm doing that, and especially working with ammonia and hydrogen. Okay, and we are doing many international collaborations. Okay, let's go back to my talk. And my talk consists of four small talks. For data simulation, because I am fluid mechanics, okay? Then core knowledge. So when it comes to university, students are doing my talk. So you know about the side mirror, okay? Side mirror. There are a variety of side mirrors, but it produces noise, okay? So my students such that last more than 100 years, the side mirror shapes changed to Model 1, then 2, and Model 3. Now most of side mirrors has undercut. So maybe it is good to reduce noise. How can we and show the result? But you know, infinite number of side mirror design can be done, right? So we should use some AI machine learning to select the best shape. Okay. Then we put the three models in the wind tunnel. And we have time-resolved three-dimensional velocity field measurement method. There is a Lagrangian particle tracking velocimetry. Then, this is measurement result experiment. The Model 1 has a strong traveling edge, and they also have arch vortex. And when it is slanted, still, we have arch vortex, but it remains a trailing vortex. But after the undercut, you see, there's no more trailing vortex. We just expect, this kind of phenomena can reduce the noise, but we need proof. Okay, highly non-linear equation. Average pressure field, three-dimensional. Okay, of course we verified the wall pressure with a pressure top. It's exactly a good agreement. Okay, it's good just for the average pressure field. What about the noise? Noise is a pressure fluctuation, okay? Pressure fluctuation. That means we have to resolve every small time step. We should have data, and we need a double derivative. So the data should be very, very smooth. Otherwise, they make a big error, okay? So, there's no way. Just to use machine learning. So we named it as AI-based data simulation, which was firstly done my laboratory. In The artificial neural network is accuracy of training data and prediction data or something is more than 99%. Okay, 99.8%, 99.8%, something like that. So it's good number. Okay, it's good number. So we have very few numbers of data, but it is three-dimensional. Of course, they have some error vectors, but it is the truth. To teach or to do some machine learning, the most important thing is the truth. If we make a fake error, okay, machine learning is useless, more paid, okay? So although you have an error or something, the truth, grounded truth is very important for machine learning. With our time resolved three-dimensional velocity field data, we trained and get something like a voltistic field. It is interesting. You see here, should be appear, but
all the respectable family, media persons, my dear colleagues, and as well as all the supporting hands here to make this opening ceremony successful. Thank you very much. And I would like to request Professor Rajesh Kumar Thakurati, Dean of Faculty of Science and Technology, to deliver our closing remarks for this opening ceremony. Please welcome him with the warm clapping.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pokhara University, Registrar Sirs of Pokhara University and Gandhig University, Deans of various faculties, various authorities of Pokhara University, Chairperson of Open, keynote speakers, directors, campus chiefs from various schools and colleges, representatives of various institutions, all the participants, researchers, scientists, students, journalists, media persons, and my dear colleagues. A very good morning to you all. We are honored and pleased to welcome you at the International Conference on Applied Science and Engineering in a Changing World in Pokhara, Nepal. This conference aims to provide a platform for scholars, professionals, academia, and students to present their research outcomes, skills, and experiences in applied science and engineering in a changing world. Science and engineering have an important role in the creation of sustainable society by maintaining a comfortable ecosystem. In the context of changing world, we require new and advanced scientific and engineering knowledge to achieve sustainable development. In this regard, this conference covers different thematic areas covering basic science, environment, energy, engineering, and also the interdisciplinary fields. A number of parallel sessions, poster sessions, and discussions will be held today and tomorrow. I hope this platform will be very much fruitful for all the participants and our society by sharing knowledge and skills learned throughout the globe. Dr. Amod Mani Dixit, Professor Dr. Kyung Chung Kim, Dr. Yoshimitsu Nakajima, Professor Gyawali, representative from different colleges, institutions, media persons, all the participants, researchers, scientists, and Pokhara University family, scientific committee, and the entire School of Engineering family for their dedication and hard work in making this conference a success. I hope the outcomes of this conference will enhance our capacity to move forward in a changing world. Together, let us harness the power of applied science and engineering to create a better, more resilient world for our future generations. Thank you all, and I look forward to the productive discussions and groundbreaking discoveries that will undoubtedly emerge from this esteemed gathering. It is my great honor to announce that this session is formally closed. Thank you very much.
सेसन फर्मली क्लोज भइसकेको छ। हामीहरू फोटोग्राफमा ग्रुप फोटो
भयो सक्यो।
Local springs, and they are the one who dried the most. The local springs, they have been dried out. This second is, and then this soil coming from contact. These are the one, but they have declining flow. And the other type of spring is coming from down there. So this model helps you out everywhere to rejuvenate water over the pond with fecal coliform. Lot of pathogen there. Total suspended solids. So animal-wise, you see lot of animals available and goat. And with these parasites, and there is a cycle, especially during the month of May, June, July, you find a lot of parasites in local animals. When you have very limited food supply, okay, and serious feed shortages there, May, April.
Engineering, procurement, and constructions. We are not taking into account these contracts. And the last is geographical location, and considering we are doing the research, so the access to the project site is not possible. Multi-year projects has been used all about the cost estimate and the project plan, multi-year project and yearly budget distributions approach used on the developed countries. You can see Australia, they use the budget based on the estimations, whereas in Germany they allocate their plan. But in Australia and New Zealand they use the and also United States they adopt the allocated budget as per the estimates. So Australia does not incorporate their multi-year budget, and these are the scenario of multi-year budget and mixed method, qualitative as well as quantitative. So this is the ideal office, and then the outcome is we will get the status. And the second one is we use the Likert scale, and then what are the quantitative methods? We use Likert scale, the yearly budget distributions. So on this, and the study area is
yeah, there are some benchmarks like how
false positive, how much false positive, lowest the system as you see.
मै तपाईले रिसर्च किन गर्नु पर्यो अरुमा किरा आउँदैन त्यसले डिटेक्सन
फल्स पोजिटिभ मै चाहिँ गरे हैन मेरो मेन अब्जेक्टिभ चाहिँ फल्स पोजिटिभ सो त्यो अनुसार चाहिँ कति लेभलसम्म हामीले क्याटेगोराइज गर्न सक्छौं यो सिस्टम आइदर मालवेयर हो कि हैन
हो कि हैन भनेपछि त बाइनरी भइहाल्यो बाइनरी भएपछि 2/2 4 भइहाल्यो
बाइनरी
तपाईले फल्स
ट्रु पोजिटिभ हजुर
त्यसमा बढी इन्डिकेटर आउला त्यसमा बढी आइएला
अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ हामीले त्यति गरिरहेको
थियौं. Before I delve into my topic, I'd first like to share some exciting news that I got this morning. It was once in a while. So I was as excited as you were at that time. So as usual, I just clicked in the link and entered my credentials, and then I get the reward no. So phishing is a common and harmful cyber attack. It targets, the objective is to deceive users to get their information, and it consequences in identity theft and financial frauds. That is the most common example. So, nowadays, phishing websites are detection methods are based on only the whitelist and the blacklist. The blacklist contains the list of the URLs that are already identified as phishing, and the whitelist are those that are not identified as phishing websites. So, I am introducing this paper.
Create rainfall or not, that type of information, we have sufficient capability to forecast these things. Suppose that type of information we had, where we are lacking of teaching would have been given to local people, we might not have seen. The point is, such type of meteorological conditions can give you maybe 2 or 3 months prior information of these type of events, and that type of things can be further communicated to the local people to minimize the impact of forest fires. So right now we are meteorological aspect of the forest fire, where we are developing a model in which we can in a real time we can alert the people about the spread of the forest fire. So numerical modeling we are doing right now, and we have a thank you.
Just on the role of soil moisture in the. You can elaborate what is the role of the soil moisture, particularly in Nepal context. Also, suddenly in the early monsoons, the extreme winter time, then because of the high temperatures, you have more like the kind of baking conditions, and that may also.
And temperature and the soil moisture, and we try to correlate it with the rainfall in that year, in that month, as well as the preceding month. So, and it is obvious also. You have lesser rainfall, and surprisingly, in those months, you might have we have seen that the fire emissions were relatively high. So there is a direct link between the precipitation. We detailize the what is happened based on the adaptive rain. Also giving the pattern. So you can see that around March up to just before the monsoon season. In the pre-monsoon season, you will find out more vividly. It will give the conditions are like that you have more and more dry conditions. Second is winter.
Treatment of wastewater. And another waste, in the overall scenario, I will conclude this conclusion. Udanipur has the chemical absorption ability, which have the capability to remove the alteration capacities. Thank you. any suggestion which is more fruitful for the research work?
Thank you very much, Mr. Manoj Bowden, for the nice presentation on how to utilize waste glass for wastewater treatment. So I would like to open for question and answers.
Expect the minor particles coming out in the wastewater of the broken glasses. That is one question, okay? The second question is that your biological oxygen demand substances have not been very clearly filtrated, so that's why you have a high BOD5. How do you address that biological oxygen demand and the residue of?
I cannot explain for further studies. I will already study these topics. In this research, broken waste, only need to find whether the broken waste glass is effective or not. There are literature that is saying that it is validated with other methods to produce. There are generally objective. It is to produce to delineate the
underground electricity could be done in city area, but it is initiated in the Nukapano and Pokhara. But in rural area, maybe in the remote area, Karnali, I have traveled there. Karnali, Sethi, and very far western region, there are still lack of electricity, and if we provide the electricity, foreign direct investment in Nepal, hydropower, in China and Singapore, India are the main countries that could invest in hydropower plant. Only with the very, I think, by producing such skilled technicians, skilled person, resource person, we may rely in ourselves in rural areas and there may be jam for many companies, just like for hydropower electrical generation.
RC structure can also be done using steel as the additional steel bracing and the shear work. Both of these methods increase the lateral stiffness of the structure. And the RC structure, another method is the fiber reinforced polymers and the CFRP and GFRP. These beam the FRP are all in the perimeter of the beam. Another method is the near surface mounting rods, NSM rod. NSM rods are the fiber reinforced polymer bars which are placed near the surface of the existing. Another method is the seismic dampers. There are two types of the dampers, viscous dampers and the friction dampers, most suitable for the high-rise building. This is 5% of the damping in this structure. Another method is the base isolation. Base isolation significantly increases the time to develop structure and hence decreases the demand of the structure. And it is very high cost and requires a very skilled manpower. And this is the one of the model of the hospital building that we are designing the base isolation for this structure. The comparison is related to the stiffness of the building. If the stiffness is increased, then the displacement is decreased, so that perform the well in the hospital.
Okay, so in RCC building, you have mentioned about the retrofitting method, such as column jacketing and also fiber reinforced. So how?
of the food, then we can suggest them that you are expending more on the food menu and please. This chart is the actual data of the data set we found in the Kaggle, and I used the first year is 2021 January to 2021 December. I did a future trend prediction for very limited data was there, but if we closely look at the graph, predict the future trends, and by predicting the future trends, what happens is that user can set their financial goals, and we can compare that particular financial goals with the trend. Parties have a graph of only one, personalize the user's experience. Also, we can in previous research paper it was also mentioned that we can use.
And for the reliability, to improve our accuracy and to improve the reliability, we use the reliability analysis based on the Eurocode 1990. And so, in summary, I can say that we use from the standards, we 5.07%, which is close. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation.
Yes.
Normal with our construction practice in all country. And for the analysis of building, we had practice governed by two national code, mainly IS 1893 Part 1 for seismic.
Slow sand filter is not just like this natural extent.
Slowly it's spreading to other parts of area. I'm just trying to switch. So this is one of the organic method. So this is implemented by the Suresh Parekar in mid-90s. This is becoming now popular in my state, using the on a natural way. So basically these are the cow dung and cow urine. So these are the inputs they are actually trying to take and make it post harvest time. You felt like out of a sudden rainfall. So it will destroy basically crop field and here. So when we talk about why climate change is happening, but of course you have your own answer, your own perception.
Structures, and it has been proved by DRC et al. That exterior joints have higher seismic vulnerability in comparison to interior joints. In the figure we can see 3 types of joints are labeled there, and this is the elevation view. Set for dimensioning and detailing. Length, tail extension, the beam and boom. And the other requirement is physical requirement.
In this particular domain, we can see that land regs, not sea regs. We previously in the past
Focus group discussion and questionnaire survey as well as staff record. So staff ratio is the number of staffs per number of connection. So if there are 200 connections and 4 staffs, so in this way we have calculated the staff ratio. Next is the third objective is to access the financial management. So is the project we have calculated unit production cost. So for 1 meter cube of water production, are the staff in the board paid enough salary or not? And then operating ratio. Next is
affected with even human loss also in different years. That's why we have these scenarios due to the excessive runoff in the drainage section. The reason shows that in the after even near future or even for the mid future or far future that may extend up to 2100 as per our consideration, the scenarios may be quite even deteriorated. That indicates that there is the status of hazard identified to have excess runoff accumulations. Along with that,
28.1, which was the highest. The next one was aspect, which received 9.6 themes, and land use received 40.69% of weightage, 0.27% of weightage. The environmental theme received the weightage as displayed on the display.
And the finding significance of the soil type layer in this study. You said you don't change or you. I am a little bit confused. Please, do you have any?
Soil is very important, for any structures, let alone highways. we have to build many highway-like structures such as retaining walls. So it should be built preferably on a soil with high bearing capacity. So soil is important, and it is established by ASP. ASP was done by experts. What were the first efforts to find the weightage? And among them, ASP was the optimum. And
movies or parking. We found out that maximum people are visiting supermarket for doing shopping or watching movie. As we can say that maximum people uses supermarket for their parking. And next time duration that the people or customers have parked their vehicles. And we found out that maximum people park their vehicles for 1 hour or more than 3 hours. As we can conclude from here that more than 3 hours may include movies or restaurant.
So we use the frame transformation techniques which basically make easier our work in control section. A equation 1, 2, 3, 4 represent the starter winding voltage after the frame transformation. These A winding, B winding and C winding voltages.
The potential export, the environmental impact and the demand response. Now, the energy-related policies of the Nepalese is listed here. So within the time policy to the Nepal, and these are the some highlighted point how Nepalese government tried to address all those the power systems and the produce within the 5,000 megawatt, 10,000 megawatt, and the 20,000 megawatt, and how they achieve the net zero carbon emissions by the 2050. What are the planning so far? Side also. So to mitigate all those things, what are the challenges for the Nepal? The challenges, number one, works on the policies and the regulations side.
Heat treatment processes. So let's welcome Mr. Pranjal Podel for the last presentation. You have 9 minutes of time.
Thermomechanical turbine produced by quenching, self-tempering or air quenching containing maximum 0.25% of carbon. Mild step are made through the basic hot or cold rolling process without any additional heat treatment and containing up to 0.4% carbon. A variety of industrial and metalworking techniques known as heat treatment are employed to modify physical, sometimes chemical properties of materials, mostly of metals, by night in its microstructure. Normalizing, annealing and different type of quenching process. After heat treatment, the sample was etching for the reveal of microstructure, and a microscopic observation. Each observation is satisfactory, then documentation. Okay, result and discussion. Etching for identifying the microstructure that etchant react in a different rate, heat treatment process and the concentration of etchant. Here we can see two images.
Concluded, we had 6 wonderful presentations. I'm sorry if I didn't let anyone to explain more. We have a few remarks from our
one OG is left, sir. Thank you all young presentators. I just made 2 presentators, and to honor you, I would like to invite our former Director of School of Engineering for University to present him talk.
Really appreciate it.
Maintenance and asset management of civil infrastructures. He also bears experience of construction management of civil work projects in several foreign countries such as Vietnam and Sri Lanka as a specialist of quality management. Today, he will sharing his insights on the importance of and challenges of quality management in changing world. Discussions. Please join the story.
And good morning, everybody. It's my great honor to be here today. I want to express my gratitude to all of you, and of course, Professor Tekraj Kewari, my old and best friend. and also to the organizing committee for inviting me to speak at this international conference. Here's the agenda of my presentation. First, I'll talk about the serious issues happening in the changing world required. Next, that we should consider now, more than if issues happening in the changing world now. We're aware our world is experiencing significant resilience resulting in climate changes, problems, the complex security. These are climate changes are caused due to drought and other issues. Also, they are damaged a lot of infrastructure and refugees. And we see similar issues with people moving from areas where infrastructure has deteriorated due to aging. As a result, it's fair to say that these factors are further widening the economic disparities and poverty emerging between nations and making the situation more complex. It's advancing rapidly, but this is making the international situation even more complex. As a result, a conflict may lead to a decline in food production and other expanding issues. Moreover, the gap between countries that are advancing in new technological development and countries that are not. Infrastructure could lead to poor sanitary condition, making it easier for infectious diseases to spread and welfare. To maintain business continuity of companies or organizations that integrates environmental protection, social contribution, ensuring the
you are also thinking in the background and giving such a wonderful message. But I am not very much satisfied. I think that your presentation should be somehow metamorphosed into sort of a ethics or a guideline or some practical, what we call the standard operating procedure. That would be very much helpful, especially and aspiring to be engineers in our society. Fortunately, being an engineer is supposed to be, or perhaps in our society also, supposed to be a key to an easy life, key to
With over 35 years of research and development experience in Nepal, Japan and 3 gorgeous projects, China and UK.
I just go my way, whether you like or not, it depends. If we compare the world before 50 years and now, the world is changed in negative way. If we talk about global warming, earth degradation, solid waste, pollution, a lot of problems existed. But we, world researchers, are fighting day by day to combat with these problems. How to solve it? Really, world researchers are engaged to fight to mitigate these negative changes in the world. UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals are interrelated with applied science and engineering, which are the focus of this international conference. Let's see, Professor Dr. Amod expressed his concern. Just now, Dr. Nakajima concern. It's just about the changes of the world in negative way. Yes, we need sustainable infrastructure development. There are three major challenges: environmental challenge, social challenge, economic challenge. If we talk about environmental challenge, that's mitigating climate change, conserving natural resources, diversity protection, and for social challenge, improving quality of life, enhancing social equity, resilience to natural disaster, and for the economic aspect, long-term cost savings, job creation and economic growth, attracting investment. It quite coincides with Nakajima-san's concept. We leverage engineers. How we are using the concrete? We are still roaming around young 20 to young 40. And chemical admixture, which we have developed. We don't have, but world has developed. There is also issues of carbon dioxide emission, and when you use it, some chemical emission, there is human health, and it has got leaching power, especially happens in the demolition case. There is problem. And fibers. When you polish different types of fibers, lot of carbon dioxide emission is. So we have got dual challenge.
हजुरको इनोभेसन यसमा केही एनालाइसिस केही गर्नुभएको छ?
यो एउटा कुरा के छ भन्दाखेरि यो रिसर्च भने
त्यो बेला म नेपाल इन्जिनियरिङ कलेजमा कम्प्युटर टेक्नोलोजी पढिरहेको थिएँ। आज धेरै सुने एकदम खुसी लाग्यो। म एउटा रिसर्चर हो, इन्टरनेसनल वाटर म्यानेजमेन्ट इन्स्टिट्युटमा रिसर्चर काम गर्छु वाटर सेक्टरमा। यो हजुरको प्रेजेन्टेसन हेरेर चाहिँ मलाई एउटा के खुसी लाग्यो भने हरेक प्रेजेन्टेसनमा स्टुडेन्टलाई क्रेडिट गर्नुभएको छ। उहाँले जे काम गर्नुभएको छ सबै क्रेडिटेड छ। एकदम खुसी लाग्यो सरलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद।
मेरो हतियार नै स्टुडेन्ट हो, स्टुडेन्ट नभएको
लाग्यो। अनि यो जापानिज प्र्याक्टिस पनि हो, जापानिज प्रोफेसर त्यही गर्नुहुन्छ। मैले पनि जापानमै पढेको पिएचडी। नट गोइङ इन बिजनेस मोडल जुन मोलेसेसहरू युज गर्नुभएको छ, जुन लाइट वेट कङ्क्रिट बनाउन बालियोहरू युज गर्नुभएको छ। मैले एउटा चिज हजुरलाई सोधेँ, मेरो एउटा सजेसन थियो, यहाँ यो कन्फरेन्समा बिजनेस स्टेकहोल्डर पनि इन्भाइटेड हुनु पर्थ्यो, बिजनेस हाउसेस इन्भाइटेड हुनु पर्थ्यो, अनि अर्को पोखरा महानगरपालिकाको योजना शाखाका साथीहरू इन्भाइटेड हुनु पर्थ्यो, जुन मैले यो कन्फरेन्समा देखिनँ। हामीले जुन तपाईँले निकाल्नु भएको छ जुन लाइट वेट कङ्क्रिट बनाउन, त्यसलाई चाहिँ बिजनेस मोडल बनाउने हो र सरलाई जिल्लामा भएका प्र्याक्टिसेसहरू सेयर गर्छु।
जुन चाहिँ बिजनेस अथवा चाहिँ जुन पर्सनल चाहिँ अथोरिटी हो, हामीले चाहिँ त्यो रियलाइज गर्यौँ। नेक्स्ट चाहिँ कन्फरेन्समा वी सुड एडप्ट। थ्याङ्क यू।
Thank you, Professor. At last, I would like to request, I would like participants to proceed for their respective parallel session. Thank you very much.
Electrical and Electronics Engineering in School of Engineering, Bukhara University. So, the topic presentation for today, the presentation topic for
me today is rethinking engineering education in Nepal, adapting to industrial needs and technological advancement. So there are currently 9 universities in Nepal offering engineering degrees. So electrical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical, chemical, biomedical, geomatics, hydropower, architects engineering are the common engineering programs that is being education every year and in Nepal. So the problem statement: engineering studying student lacking proper skills to get into the job market, a gap between industry and not being maintained at some site. So these are the solution approaches that I have used in my work. That's probably what we are teaching right now. And when I applied active learning to 23 students of my classroom, I got a result of 91.4% student liking the academic classroom. So this is a big boost to the teaching learning pedagogy.
So previous record and historical past period, observed historical past period record, and finally the single model for warm wet corner, warm dry corner, cold dry corner, and cold wet corner are found. And we in this research we use 10th and 90th percentile value, due to which we avoid the outlier available in the approach, where the seasonal forecast, the selection is based on the percentile value for extreme indices, and calculation of model the lowest minimal value of D. And for the refined selection based on extreme weather condition, we use the warm spell duration index, cold .sci.org, which is the ARM interface studio, and out of the four models selected for each corner, based on extreme weather event, we use 2 models out of 4. 2 are neglected and 2 are selected.
Would have decomposed, but after the days 25, the increase the gas production. Also, it also indicates that accordingly, we can see the fluctuation information of the gas, and the maximum is 100 milligram per liter. To microorganism ratio 0.25, the maximum gas. Now, while comes to the biogas produced in food to microorganism ratio 0.4, we can see the maximum production of biogas, that is 196 milligram per liter, while in the food to microorganism ratio 0.3, minimum gas yield was seen, that is 72.9 milligram per liter.
वायु प्रदूषण भयो, त्यस्तै विपद जोखिमहरू निम्त्यायो। हामीले वाटर सप्लाई स्किम लान भनेर पाइप नेटवर्क लान भनेर रोड साइडमा बनायो, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि पानी चुहिएर चाहिँ बाटो नै क्षति भयो, जसले गर्दाखेरि विपदहरू निम्त्यायो। अन्त्यमा हामीले जलवायु परिवर्तनमा नि के असर गरेको छ भनेर पनि सोधेका थियौँ, जुन स्मलर स्केलमा नहुन सक्छ, तर उहाँलाई चाहिँ के असर परेको छ। जस्तै हामीले बनाएको हामीले वाटर सप्लाई सिस्टमहरू बनाउँदाखेरि केही बाटो खन्दाखेरि नै मूलहरू पनि सुकेका छन्। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि केही मात्रामा तापक्रमलाई चाहिँ सहरी क्षेत्रमा विशेष गरी डुङ्गेश्वरकै पनि इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन स्ट्राटेजी के हुनसक्छ, सजेसनहरू छ। एउटा कम्युनिटी इम्प्लिमेन्टिङ एजेन्सीहरूसँग पार्टिसिपेट हुनु पऱ्यो। त्यसपछि कुनै बिजनेस मोडलहरू एडप्ट गर्ने हो भने बिजनेस मोडल हाउसेसहरूसँग त्यो कुरा गर्नु पऱ्यो भनेर, अन्त मल्टी स्टेक होल्डर पार्टिसिपेट इनोभेसन नै मेन चिज हो। हामीले अहिले भएको
खानेपानीमा डिस्टर्बेन्स आउने बित्तिकै त्यसले चाहिँ हाम्रो सामाजिक व्यवस्था, हाम्रो स्वास्थ्य र विभिन्न बेसिक कुराहरूमा जुन हाम्रो पहुँच छ त्यसलाई नै चाहिँ यसले डिस्टर्ब गर्छ। त्यो गर्दा यो एउटा सेन्सिटिभ क्षेत्र पनि हो। र अर्को कुरा चाहिँ यो प्रकोपले असर पार्दाखेरि चाहिँ सबैलाई नै असर पार्छ। यो चाहिँ हाम्रो यो डिजास्टर्स इफेक्ट एभ्रिवन, बट दे डो नट इम्प्याक्ट एभ्रिवन इक्वली पनि भन्छ। यो असर पार्ने कुरामा चाहिँ समाजको केही तबकालाई चाहिँ अझ बढी असर र कसैलाई चाहिँ प्रकोपको चाहिँ चपेटा अझ बढी पर्ने पनि देखिएको छ। एउटा यो हाम्रो प्रोफेसर एरिक न्युमार्क लन्डन स्कुल अफ इकोनोमिक्स एन्ड पोलिटिकल साइन्समा उहाँले एउटा पेपर पब्लिस गर्नुभएको थियो। मैले कन्टेक्स्टलाई अलिकति जोड्न चाहेँ। यो चाहिँ द जेन्डर्ड नेचर अफ नेचुरल डिजास्टर्स भनेर चाहिँ यो वर्ल्ड वाइड उहाँले 150 कन्ट्रिजको चाहिँ यो क्याटास्ट्रोफिक इभेन्ट भनेको एकदमै ठुलो खालको प्राकृतिक प्रकोपले चाहिँ यो मान्छेहरूको मोर्टालिटी, लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेन्सीमा चाहिँ के असर पार्छ भनेर चाहिँ एउटा बडा महिलाको ज्यान लिने गरेको देखाएको छ। त्यो अध्ययनले अर्को प्रकोपहरूले बढी काम गरेको अनुभव छ। नगरपालिकाको प्रमुखको हैसियतमा उहाँले आफ्ना बासिन्दाहरूलाई आधारभूत र सुरक्षित रूप र व्यवस्थित रूपमा चाहिँ वास कसरी दिन सकिन्छ र यसका नीति र गतिविधिहरूलाई कसरी अगाडि संस्थाहरूमध्ये यसले चाहिँ गरिब र सेवा नपुगेका समुदायहरूलाई
अनि पानी गिकावट भएर पानीको त्यो स्रोत चाहिँ घट्ने एउटा समस्या देखिन्छ। र अर्को कुरा मलाई लाग्छ अहिले यो क्लाइमेट चेन्जको कारणले पनि खानेपानी मुहानहरू हाम्रो जो पर्याप्त मात्रामा हामीले त्यो संरचना स्ट्रक्चर तयार गर्दै गर्दा त्यो ट्याङ्कीमा हामीले पानी राखेका हुन्छौँ, त्यो क्षमता हामीसँग छ भन्ने हुन्छ। त्यो अहिले पछिल्लो चरणमा आएर खानेपानीहरू सरले भन्नुभएको थियो सन्तोष सर अनिल सरले विद्यालय स्तरमा खानेपानी हामीले पुर्याउनु पहिलो प्राथमिकता हुन्छ जहाँसम्म मलाई लाग्छ। छात्रहरूलाई देखिरहेको छु सबैभन्दा महत्त्वपूर्ण धेरै लाभान्वित हुने भनेको विद्यालय सेक्टरमा खानेपानीको आवश्यकता चाहिँ विद्यालय सेक्टरमा पर्छ। तर त्यहाँका छात्राहरूलाई खानेपानी त्यहाँ उत्थानशील राम्रोसँग हामीले आधारभूत खानेपानी त हामीले पुर्याएका छौँ, तर दिगो र यसलाई चाहिँ व्यवस्थित गर्नका लागि हामीले त्यस्तो खानेपानी
हामीले चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ उनीहरूलाई कन्भिन्स गर्ने भन्ने कुरा हुन्छ। किनभने त्यहाँसम्मै पुग्दैन क्या प्यारेन्ट्स, थेरापी सेन्टरसम्म पनि पुगेको छैन क्या प्यारेन्ट्स। अहिले यहाँ नेपालमा अटिजमको केस यति धेरै भइरहेको छ नि, कति धेरै मान्छे त थेरापिस्ट कहाँ पुग्नै पनि पाएको छैन क्या। एउटा नि भएन नि त, माइल्ड मोडरेट सिभियर तपाईँले 5वटा केसलाई गर्नु भएन। सो त्यो भयो भने त सो माइल्ड मोडरेट इज इट गोइङ टु बी कन्भिनियन्ट फर मदर अर द फ्यामिली मेम्बर्स to adopt this such kind of tools, because social media is
I'm just a developer, I'm not a medical professional, but we need feedback from medical professional and how they gonna work.
एउटा अध्ययनमा हेरेको 10 जना बराबर 1 जनामा 3टा लेभलको भन्नु भने 3टा लेभलको मात्रै एउटा लेभलको हुन्छ नि। अनि अर्को सबैभन्दा समस्या भनेको जस्तो मलाई रिड्याक्ट हुन सक्छ, तर के हुन्छ फ्यामिलीले मेरो बच्चा कमजोर छ भनेर कसैले पनि एक्सेप्ट गर्दैन। तपाईले अटिजम भने मेरो बच्चाले यसो भन्ने यसले भन्छ। हेर्नुस् सबैभन्दा मेजर समस्या यो, त्यसकारण अवेरनेस ल्याउन जुन नाराले गर्नु भएको छ द्याट्स भेरी गुड।
So may I call the next presenter who will present on
I'm here to present about social media and loneliness. I want to ask you every social media right now. And I'm here to talk about this in case of Nepali undergraduate students. We did initial survey for this to decide which social media to take in. We have many social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but this main aim is whether social media is causing loneliness or loneliness is causing social media use.
My PhD on the same topic, mathematics anxiety. This is a part of my, or this is the product of my PhD also. This is the anxiety situations. Here, she want to learn, but some difficulties she faced. This is the anxiety case. This is the illustration of quotation clustering method. These are the narration, theme of the narration, and this narration is made, this first, second, third is made the inadequate illustration. These three narration makes the inter and interdisciplinary knowledge. This is primary level thing. Low level of self-esteem I found on
उसकै प्लान तयार गर्ने र अनि त्यसलाई प्रायोरिटाइज गर्ने, लोकल लेभलले चाहिँ कुन कुन लेभलको प्रोजेक्टहरू कार्यान्वयन गर्न सक्ने, अनि त्यसपछि हाम्रो प्रोभिन्स लेभलले आफ्नो क्यापेसिटी अनुसार कुन कुन प्रोजेक्ट कार्यान्वयन गर्ने र सङ्घीय सरकारलाई कुन कुन प्रोजेक्ट कार्यान्वयन गर्न सिकाउने। यो बावजुद पनि अब यो सबै प्रोजेक्ट त छँदैछ।
यो युनिभर्सिटीलाई हामीले गुगललाई बनाएर दिनु
which deals with actually aspects of disaster risk management, aspects to explore in terms of what is being done and how we can maximize the structural engineer and earthquake safety solutions. And we have been hearing about the earthquake safety solutions. He will be, this is very, very interesting. Perhaps one of the first or few works in Nepal done by Nepalese. This is on the structural damage, strengthening the structural damage of heritage buildings, and he has a wonderful example from Nepal and Bhutan. Our friend Anup, he comes from the National Society for Earthquake Technology, which I happened to found some 30 years ago and lead for more than 25 years, West Nepal, and a lot of discussions were there regarding, how much we learned from the Gorkha earthquake and how much wisdom we could give, and we will be learning a lot from their rich experience. We have about 90 minutes.
आपको बहुत शुक्रिया for the lovely introduction and especially telling about how to work like bees and make honey. So thank you so much for that, setting up that background and for the setting the other background of the Himalayas. So I'm going to talk about youth engagement and especially class integration. So before I talk about that, and especially I would like to say that I'm with my team here, Monu, Malvika, they all are working in this project, very energetic, you must have already interacted with them. So this is we are still growing, we're just 6 months old with this project, so we don't come with a lot of experience, we come with little experience, but we are here to take your inputs. Like you can guide us, you can suggest us how we can go forward. But with that little experience we have or what problems we are facing, we would be sharing that here. So this project is gender-oriented adaptive transformation learning, cross-learning from climate change and disaster risk resilience. And especially we are doing between India, Nepal, so we are working together, sir? Yes. So India, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Japan. So in that, we have, I think we have been talking with Dr. Mong and other teams also that I see very less women. So here we compensate, we are all women. Okay, so you will see all women team here, completely women team here. So we have, from Nepal we have Science Hub, and from Sri Lanka we have University of Colombo, and then in India we have 3 universities, and RICA India is also partner with us. When we see a lot of experiences, like when we are working on site and study areas, I think I forgot to mention that in Nepal we are working with Chitwan area, and then in India we are working in Uttarakhand, which is Khatima, Udham Singh, which is very close to you. You can cross by your bike also. And then we have Jharkhand and Manipur from northeast, and we have Sri Lanka as well in this, and we are still working with the Kampha district we have selected. Experience when we interacted with the youth is, like when we were talking about women, then one thing was, when we were doing group discussion, girls said that nobody likes when we speak in the public, they don't like. They don't want us to speak, that's the first thing. The other, for a girl to use the washroom in those circumstances. So this can be as simple as that. So it connects with architects, it connects with planners and so on. So understanding that part, and we use gender-oriented because the problems is for the men also, it's for the women also, but the nature of problem varies. So how do we understand those problems and how do we facilitate those problems? We are not trying to reinforce it, but then we are trying to understand those things. So that's about gender-oriented. The other is adaptive transformation. There are a lot of theories, but just to simplify.
And yeah, I think
I don't need to set up the stage again because Professor Harshit has already told about the project in which me and Monu is working on. So basically I'm going to tell about the project and so far how we have done and what all things we have done and what is the outcome which we are expecting from the project. So once again I will say the title. It's Gender Oriented Adaptive Transformation Cross-Learning for Climate Change and Disaster Risk Resilience among India, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Japan. I think the key terms are already explained by Professor Harshit. And yeah, we have been hearing about climate change and disaster from yesterday onwards. But the new thing which we are introducing here is gender. Because as per the reports of Gender Snapshot of 2022, women are very disproportionately affected by every disaster. And UN Women's Report of 2022 states that there is a gap, there is a capacity gap in women, especially in terms of communication. So this is what our project is pitching up, where the project is creating a focus space for the gender, for looking into the gendered aspects, gendered impacts of climate change and disaster, and to develop the adaptation strategy in a localized context and increasing their communication capacity. So this will be the flow of my presentation. Introduction, as ma'am has already mentioned, this is an APN funded project and the involved countries and institutions are already mentioned. And as you can see, these are our study area. 3 case studies are selected in India, 1 in Nepal and 1 in Sri Lanka. First of all, the first objective is to co-design the case study framework and training of
my case study is Khatima, that is a block in Udham Singh Nagar district of Uttarakhand state in India. So that Khatima is basically strategically located in the foothills of Himalaya. On one side of Khatima is there is Shivalik, and on the other side the vast plain of Tarai. So that is how Khatima is, and the main activity here in Khatima is agriculture. It's the main activity, and that is agriculture shapes their economy in that block. And I can the trend also shows that mostly the agriculture activities are performed by women in that area because males are out migrating because of the push factors, because of the employment and many other factors. So we can see the women have their burden of doing agriculture and the workload and the livelihood, how it is impacting women because of the out-migration of male. I'm not saying it is not impacting males because males are migrating because of these factors only. But then their responsibility is increasing on women. In that particular area, that is Rana Tharu community. When we're visiting, in Nepal also have Tharu community. So that is the rationale why we are selecting this particular district. And also people are working on hilly areas, how climate change is impacting the hilly regions. But we are looking from plain area, how climate change is impacting the host areas. So ma'am, you can move forward. Yeah. So this is my case study area. Next. Researchers, so they are going on field, so many very usual. So I'm going to tell us about the methodology, why we choose these kind of methodology. So kahani, storytelling method. Why we use this tool? It's because it's a very traditional method. And if we are going, if I wanted to collect the data and I'm going to household and I wanted gender-oriented data. So I'm going to a household, for an example, I'm going to a woman and I'm asking question. She will be hesitant, she will be resistant in sharing their experiences because it's in their nature. It happened with me, the woman say, my husband is not at home, please come in the evening time. So this happens with us. So we need to find tools and methods so that we can make them comfortable so that they can share their experience, they can be honest with us. So as a researcher, it's very important to build a rapport with the audience or with the community. So that is the reason why we choose Kahani, the storytelling thing. So we collaborated with the Pradhan. So why we choose this particular village, Nagaon Taku, is because the Pradhan of the village is a woman. So if we are getting data from women group, we need who can mobilize the reason why we selected this particular village. And secondly, we collaborated with the leader, the Pradhan, and we collaborated with the self-help group of that village, and then collaborated with the local NGOs. That is how we mobilized the women. And trust me, that workshop was such an outstanding workshop, and we have such a great participation for the women. It was 70 plus women that came in our workshop, and they were stayed with us. Like our workshop was started around 11 and it ended around 6, and they were there with us. So that is the gathering or the collaboration with people can affect your data collection methods.
So my question is how? So you are entering from the women's perspective. Are you doing that, or you are doing merging with literature? And the another one is how do you?
Thank you for asking the question. So the first question was about the indicators. Yes. So we went two ways while discussing the indicators. One was like what is the data available when we are dealing with it. So and then we also have, because we have 3 countries, so we had to also see like what is available consistently at that level. So that was our guiding aspect. And then we also did a thorough literature review for this, because publication is one of the requirements, and for publication's sake,
profit distributing, the profit it makes will be distributed for the social work in earthquake resilient work. At the day of starting, earthquake safety solutions started work of resilient buildings with
USAID, Save the Children Care, Rotary District. We have local partners in Pastara, Yuva Checkmans, HRDC, and reconstruction, and help providing the needy ones. Primarily had 3 objectives. First was to provide socio-technical assistance for reconstruction. The second one is to enhance the technical capacity of the professionals, and third was to construct some of the model homes that act as a symbol for everyone to watch and learn the earthquake safety or earthquake safe elements in the buildings, so they can construct safer buildings in their homes. And we all in 3 districts, all 23 local governments, that 3 districts included Jajarkot, Rukum West, and Salayan district. Only one Palika was damaged, faced most damage after the Jajarkot earthquake. After this earthquake, it causes several damages. And our learnings for this was, we took 2 primary approaches for reconstruction efforts during this process. First was localization, and second was sustainability. These were the 2 prime focuses of our work. In localizations, the first and foremost things we do was we promoted.
Thank you. The students who are participants of this conference as well. So this is an informal as well as kind of semi-formal event in which we use this opportunity to introduce you about one organization. We can call it as a society, that is SADRI, which stands for South Asia Association for Disaster Research Institutes, in which there are member institutes who work mainly in the disaster research, mainly from South Asian countries. So India and IIT Roorkee is the headquarters of this institute. We may or may not go through with this. What would I start with? I will start with the presentation of SADRI, which may be of 20 slides, so that you get an idea of what SADRI is, and then we will have like one-to-one introductions and how we can enhance our networking opportunity, starting this as our day 1, and then we can go forward. Okay, thank you.
Over here, and also use.
I request our Dean Professor Rajesh Kumar Thakurathi to chair the closing ceremony. To take the seat, who motivate everyone, especially the young. I would like to request Professor Dr.
I would like to thank honorable guests and keynote speaker and our keynote speaker presentation. Also, I would like to thank supporters, staffs and volunteers for making this event a grand success. Without any delay, I would like to request Dr. Subir Sen, Associate Professor at IIT Roorkee, to share some experiences during the conference.
For the invitation. It was really wonderful to be here in this particular conference. I can actually extend my talk for half an hour, but I will just be very brief. Coming to Nepal is not coming to a different country for me, because I consider that we are just extension. Don't consider that I as an Indian I'm trying to have my rights over Nepal. You are a sovereign country, and I hope that our friendship continue. So this is not my first visit. I have been to Nepal number of times, and it is always pleasure. But what really surprised me this time was some of the sessions, at least the session in which I was sharing, I really saw that the young minds are really thinking. And that is a very good sign for a country. We are also developing, you are also developing, and many things will come, and this mind is what is going to take the country forward. So I wish you all the best and success. Coming to the organization of the conference, everything was perfect. And I am also traveling with my colleagues. It is always a fun, to travel with your colleagues with whom you work.
Professor Mishra, I have been to your campus, Pokhara University campus, during my last visit. I was really touched by the humility of your Vice Chancellor, the way he welcomed us. And I hope that in coming days, whether it is under the Sadhri banner or whether it is the small project that we did for APN or through such kind of conferences, and we are going to grow with our own strengths. So once again, thank you, Professor Mishra, for the invitation.
Big learning experience for me. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
University in various projects. I hope you will continue. And now I would like to request Professor Dr. Durga Datta Paudel, the coordinator of Environmental Science, School of Geosciences, University of Louisiana, USA, for his short speech.
Thank you so much, conference organizing committee, and especially committee chair, Dr. Vinaya Mishra, and the dean of the college here, the chair of this closing ceremony, and dignitaries on the dais, as well as all the participants and presenters, of course, keynote speakers, and all the support staff for the conference, and particularly the faculty and staff from Pokhara University, for giving this opportunity for me to come here and speak a few words with regard to this conference, which is very near and dear to me. I'm from Nepal. I'm a faculty member in the United States, University of Louisiana at Lafayette. So coming over here is for me as a homecoming, and then a kind of dream coming true for me from the conference point of view, by seeing this very, very brilliant mind talking about science, talking about engineering, and also presenting so eloquently, so nicely, facing the audience, and especially these young students, even from high school. I am really, really thrilled. The brain, the courage, the ability this young generation is showing, not only here in this conference, but this is so valuable. A trait is coming out from here. Of course, I am from Nepal. To position this country in the center stage, and this is really a great, great beginning. Congratulations to all of you, including this organizing committee, Pokhara University, and all the faculty staffs who have directed, guided this brilliant students.
So, Honorable Chair of this closing ceremony, distinguished guests,
faculty members, researchers, students, professionals from different organizations. Namaskar, good evening. So finally we have come to the closing ceremony and congratulations to all of us for the success of this event entitled International Conference on Applied Science and Engineering in a Changing World. So let me provide some briefing of this the past 2 days of this event. So in this event we got the experts, students, researchers from various parts of the globe and also various parts of the Nepal, and to share their experiences, their research activities, and to enhance the knowledge in the field of applied science and engineering in the changing world. So in overall, we got more than 150 abstracts from different organizations, colleges, and we had the abstract from also different international institutions as well, more than 12 institutions in the outside of Nepal. And out of those 150 abstracts, after the review, the accepted number were approximately 130, which we had scheduled in the program overview. At this occasion, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to all the speakers, which is very important, who shared their experience and inspired us with their visions and variety of presentations in the field of applied science and engineering. Also, as you could see in our banners, we have more than 20 organizations from Nepal and outside, and we would also like to thank all the organizers, co-organizers, sponsors to make this event successful and effective. So we appreciate the commitment, the support from the various organizations to make this successful. The associated colleges, and we had several discussions. So I would like to thank all who have done their very hard work to make this event successful and smooth. Also, in addition to the speakers, the committee members, the faculty members, I think the role of the attendees, the participants who come here and listen, make the comment, and so that is, without that we cannot consider this as the successful event. So we cannot forget to thank all the participants who actively engaged in this event. So thank you very much. And through this conference, we are confident and sure that we met several people from different organizations, and these connections, collaborations are going to help us in different ways.
I want to remember the member of the organizing committee for their very hard work to make this international conference very successful. Please, Dr. Ananta Adhikari, please stand up to Mr. Ravindra Suduri. Myself, before escaping from the sea, all the participants, please, you have to fill the form for the certificate. You have to indicate whether you are participant, presenter, or session chair, whatever may be. And regarding tomorrow's activities, there will be field visit. It is only for interested one. It is not compulsory. It is just for interested one. And to participate, chairing the session.
very good evening. As we come to the close of the international conference, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your active participation and invaluable contribution. First and foremost, I congratulate everybody for making this conference a resounding success. The knowledge shared, the innovative ideas presented, and the rigorous discussions held during yesterday and today have truly been inspiring. My special appreciation goes to the guest of honor, Dr. Ruit, keynote speakers, paper presenters, session chairs, and co-chairs. I must express my sincere appreciation to the coordinator of the conference organizing committee, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar Misra, and all the members of organizing committee and scientific committee. Your dedication, meticulous planning, and seamless execution have been instrumental in the success of this event. My sincere appreciation to the University Grants Commission, all the co-organizers, higher authorities of Pokhara University, Dean of his family, School of Engineering family, volunteers, and all supporting heads for their activeness in making the conference successful. The themes explored and the insights gained from this conference will undoubtedly enhance our capacity to navigate and contribute to the ever-evolving fields of science and engineering. Respective institutions and endeavors, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration and innovations that has characterized this gathering. Thank you once again, and I wish you all safe travels and continued success in your future endeavors. I would like to formally declare the end of this program. Thank you.